This is Autoline Daily, the show dedicated to enthusiasts of the global automotive industry. 2024 was a rough year for Audi. The brand sold 1.67 million vehicles last year, which was a drop of nearly 12%. Electric vehicles fared a little bit better, but sales still fell almost 8% to about 164,500 units. And even when you look at the entire Audi group, which also includes Bentley, Lamborghini, and Ducati, sales were down 11.7% in 2024. Only Lamborghini saw its sales and profits go up last year. So with overall sales tumbling, revenue was dragged down by just over 7.5% to 64.5 billion euros. The group's operating profit hit 3.9 billion euros, a drop of almost 38%, and its net profit totaled nearly 4.2 billion, which was down by 33%. Like me, you don't have to be a finance wizard to know that wasn't a good performance. So, in an effort to turn things around, Audi is making a number of changes. While the company is investing 8 billion euros into its German manufacturing sites and extending a job protection plan for German union workers until 2033, Audi will cut up to 7,500 jobs in indirect areas by 2029 and look for ways to reduce the workload with digital solutions. It's also reducing bonuses for board members and profit sharing for employees. In the medium term, Audi expects these changes to save it more than €1 billion a year. That's part of the reason it's forecasting to earn back most or all of the revenue that it lost in 2024. The other part is a slew of new models launching over the next few years, especially in the US and China. Toyota's nearly $14 billion battery plant in South Carolina won't just be supplying its own electrified vehicles. The company broke ground at the site in 2022, where it will make up to 30 gigawatt hours of batteries a year for both hybrid and pure electric vehicles. Shipments of those batteries start next month, and according to a Nikkei report, Honda will be one of Toyota's customers. Honda currently uses batteries for its hybrid vehicles that come from Japan and China, which could put it at risk of getting hit with additional tariffs under the Trump administration. So that's why it's turning to Toyota, who is also getting a large contract out of the deal. Last year, Honda sold a little over 300,000 hybrids in the US, and while its EVs are currently made by GM, Honda plans to start making its own electrics in the US soon, so there's the possibility for the partnership to expand even more. You know, we think this is big news for the world of battery swapping. In our opinion, there are really only two players in battery swapping, NIO and CATL, and now they're coming together. CATL is investing over $1.7 billion into NIO to help it grow its battery swapping network. The two companies are also working to develop technical standards for battery swapping technology, or in other words, making a single battery pack that can fit into a full range of products. Some of this will be based on CATL's new Choco battery, which is specifically designed for swapping. NIO already has the biggest network with over 3,100 swapping stations and partnerships with a bunch of other automakers, including Changan, Geely, Chery, JAC, GAC, FAW, and Lotus.
Developing today's vehicles, issues can happen in an instant. What good is knowing your problems without the data to solve them? Meet Wireless Neovi Cloud, your secure off-the-shelf solution, empowering real-time collaboration for quick resolution. With Wireless Neovi Cloud, your team can prevent issues before they can escalate. Driver communication data and remote diagnostics to analyze and resolve your problems using OTA, allowing your executives oversight throughout the process. Wireless Neovi Cloud, your vehicle update solution in production and on the road. Intrepid Control Systems, driven by your data.
BYD unveiled a new platform that it says can charge an EV just as fast as you can fill a car with gas. Called the Super E platform, it's a 1,000-volt architecture with a peak charging speed of 1,000 kilowatts, which provides 400 kilometers or 249 miles of range in just 5 minutes. For comparison, Tesla's supercharger can add 275 kilometers or 170 miles of range in 15 minutes of charging, while the all-new Mercedes CLA that was revealed last week, which rides on an 800-volt architecture, is capable of adding 325 kilometers or 201 miles in 10 minutes of charging. BYD plans to install 4,000 chargers across China to accommodate vehicles with the new platform. And in addition to fast charging, the new platform has impressive performance. BYD says models are capable of hitting 100 kilometers an hour in just 2 seconds. We think Xiaomi's growth has been nothing but impressive. The smartphone maker only started selling vehicles about a year ago, but it already delivered 200,000 cars. And that's with just one model in its lineup, the SU7 sedan. Its second model, the YU7 SUV, goes on sale this summer, and Xiaomi must feel confident about it because it just raised its sales forecast for the year by 50,000 units to 350,000 vehicles. And thanks to those booming sales, Xiaomi's revenue in the fourth quarter surged almost 15% to more than $15 billion. Chinese car exports have grown significantly the last several years, and they're expected to continue growing through the end of the decade. In 2020, Chinese automakers exported fewer than 1 million vehicles, according to the China Association of Automobile Manufacturers. But last year, exports hit 4.9 million vehicles, an increase of 20%. And while Europe and the US are concerned about Chinese-made EVs and have slapped tariffs on them, the majority of exports, 80%, were gas-powered vehicles. And thanks to big growth in areas like Africa, the Middle East, Latin, and South America, global market share for Chinese automakers outside of China is expected to reach 13% in 2030, up from just 3% last year. And in Africa and the Middle East alone, the share is forecast to hit 39% by that time. Stellantis is kicking off its annual Drive for Design contest for high school students in the U.S. The automaker is asking students to design a Chrysler vehicle of the future. Stellantis will post weekly updates on social media and wants final designs submitted by April 25th. The grand prize winner receives a summer internship at the Ram Truck Design Studio, the chance to be a student judge at the Eyes on Design car show, an Apple iPad, and more. 2 additional finalists will also be selected and win prizes. If you or someone you know might be interested, visit StellantisDriveForDesign.com for more details. And that brings us to the end of today's show. Thanks for making Autoline a part of your day.
Autoline Daily is brought to you by Intrepid Control Systems. Over-the-air engineering boost your game. And by Teijin Automotive Technologies, the formula for better mobility.
There's nothing wrong with heavy metal.
Hey, lighten up.
But with world-class composite material, Teijin Automotive Technologies makes vehicles lighter, safer, and more eco-friendly.